Hey everybody, welcome to Home with the Halsteads and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be cooking some tomatoes and rice, and this is something that Doug and I love. If we've had a heavier lunch than usual and we just want something light for dinner, sometimes I'll cook some tomatoes and rice and fry a couple of pieces of bacon and that's it. And vice versa. Sometimes if we want something more than a sandwich for lunch, I'll cook some tomatoes and rice. So let me tell you how I do it. And I'm just making a very small amount. This is really not a recipe. I'll try to turn it into a recipe for you, but I'm just making enough for 2 people today. If you need more, you can double it, you can triple it, or make ever how much you want. I'm using 1/2 cup of long grain original rice. Now you might think 1/2 cup of rice, that won't feed anybody. Well, you'll be surprised at the size of the serving that we're gonna have. 2 large servings, 1/2 cup of long grain original rice. I'm using a small can. This is a 5.5 ounce can of tomato juice. Now I keep little cans like this. They come in a 6-pack of tomato juice in my refrigerator. Doug and I love it as an appetizer. Or if we get munchy and we need something to tie us over to the next meal, we'll just go to the refrigerator and grab a little can of tomato juice. So this is a 5.5 ounce can of tomato juice, and I'm going to add some water, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that and just how much I'm going to add in just a minute. I have 2 fresh tomatoes. These are small tomatoes. I picked them up at the grocery store. I'm going to peel these, quarter them, and put them in the tomatoes and rice. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of butter and some salt. And folks, that's it. So let's get busy and cook this tomatoes and rice. Okay, let's get this tomatoes and rice ready to go on the stove. I'm using this small saucepan today. It's probably maybe a 2 quart, and I'm just going to put our rice in, and that's 1/2 cup of rice. Next, I'm going to add our tomato juice. This is a small 5.5 ounce can of tomato juice. That's going to be so good. Now I'm going to fill this can with water, rinse it out, get all that good tomato juice out of it. Just shake it around a little bit. Add that to our tomato juice. And then I'm going to add about another half a can. So all in all, I probably have about a cup of water that I've added to the rice and the tomato juice. Next, I'll add our butter. I'm just putting a tablespoon of butter. Let's add a little salt, not a lot. And then we'll add our fresh cut tomatoes. Just like that. Now, I'm going to stir it around, take it over to the stove. I'm going to bring it to a rolling boil without the lid. When it comes to a boil, then I'm going to turn it down to medium low. On my stove, it's a number 2. Once I turn it down and it's not rolling and it begins to simmer, I'm going to cover it and I'll cook it for 20 minutes. And during that process, I'll bring you in and we'll look at it. Okay, let's check on our tomatoes and rice. You can see here that it's boiling. I'm going to remove the lid and it's steaming. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look, it's almost done. It has about 4 more minutes to cook. And I said to cook it 20 minutes. My rice cooks between 18 and 20 minutes, but look at that. But we want to cook out a little bit more of the liquid, and then it'll be ready to serve. Our tomatoes and rice is ready to serve. I like for mine to be a little soupy, a little juicy, because as you know, as rice cools, it gets thicker. So it's okay that it's this way, and it's still very, very hot. So I'm going to serve it in a bowl. Now, normally I wouldn't serve it in a bowl because I would have had time to let it rest, and we could just eat it on our plate. But you can serve it in a bowl, or you can eat it on your plate. So there you have it, and see, we have plenty for 2 big, nice servings. So here we go, and I cooked some bacon. Now, I didn't need to save the bacon grease this morning, so I just cooked mine in the microwave. And I'm going to add a couple of pieces of bacon. Whoops, that one fell down in the tomatoes and rice, didn't it? And it probably will again. So there you have it, tomatoes and rice with bacon, and that's going to make a delicious meal for me and for Doug. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. Thank you for helping me to make this tomatoes and rice that we're going to have to eat and enjoy. And it's hot, and I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to taste it with you and show you just how delicious it is. If you will, please share our video, like our video, give us a thumbs up. Several of you have said, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're back. I just found you again. Well, the more likes and the more comments we get, the more notifications you're going to get. I haven't been anywhere. I've been here all along, and I'm still in my kitchen cooking for you. So just help us out by sharing and by commenting and liking our pages if you do. I would appreciate that. So now let's taste this tomato and rice. Y'all, Doug's going to love this. It is just a favorite of his. You can eat it by itself, or you can just serve it as a side dish. It is so, so good. That's delicious. I'll see you again really, really soon.